Ros Pomeroy has worked in the UK, mainland Europe, and Asia Pacific in a variety of areas, including sales, business strategy, and most recently, human resources and change management. She specialises in executive coaching and change leadership in both the public and private sectors. Ros, what do you think of Logistade's fundraising plans?
Well, I think the idea of a charity dinner is a good one. I think it provides an opportunity for different people to mix with each other, and importantly, if some people are being seen to provide and lend support to Logistade, then others will possibly follow. I think what the director said in the course of the event about what his charity, his organisation was for, was very useful and very valuable. However, I think he could have said more about the specifics of the support he'd received and given concrete examples of the sorts of activities that had been done by Logistade, so that it would give an idea to potential supporters about the sorts of things and activities they could get involved in. And the final point I'd make on this is that the follow-up to an event like that is really crucial. There's no point in raising expectations, having a big event like this that gets everyone excited if there's no follow-through. And that means contacting each of the attendees and making sure that the promises of support are actually converted into real tangible action, so that that resource that has been brought together produces some really useful and long-term results.
What are the secrets of successful networking?
Well, first and foremost, I think building a relationship is very important. Try to build a rapport with the other person. Now, in some cultures, that's more important than in others. In a UK context, then I think being easygoing and friendly is a good thing to be, but not overly familiar, certainly on a first meeting. Then secondly, have a story to tell about yourself. Make sure you know what it is that you are trying to say that you want the other person to remember about you. So something that you're passionate about, an interest, or something that you're trying to achieve that you actually need some support or help for. And don't be afraid to ask for advice. People are often very willing to offer help if asked. But also in that, listening is a very, very crucial skill in networking. Active listening. When you're with someone, try not to get distracted by what's going on around you or looking for other people that you might want to speak to. Focus on the person you're with and look engaged with them and what it is that they're saying. Also, it does really help to know specifically what information you are looking for. So have an objective out of the conversation or meeting. But don't let that be so prescriptive, so well defined that you're not prepared to look at things a bit more widely and maybe get some help or information or advice in an area that you weren't expecting, because that could prove to be very valuable in a way that you might not have anticipated. And finally, my top tip for networking would be make sure that when you leave a conversation with one person that you don't leave before you've got a further contact from that person that you can then go and follow up on.
What qualities does a good celebrity ambassador bring to a project?
Well, a project needs publicity, and fundamentally that's what a well-known personality or celebrity can bring. They will attract media coverage in their own right, and therefore any attention that they give to your project is likely to get good media coverage. But it is important that someone like that is not just the name on the top of the notepaper. It really helps if the individual has a personal reason to be associated with the cause. Some personal connection, perhaps. So for an example, in a charity that's set up to help people with mental health problems, finding an ambassador who perhaps themselves has suffered with depression would be an ideal figurehead to choose. And I think the final point I would make on this is that in choosing an ambassador, a celebrity ambassador, find someone whose image is consistent with the project or cause, and also someone with whom the people that you're trying to attract, either for making donations or fundraising or whatever way you're looking for help from them, someone that they can identify with and they can relate to.